Okay, familiar. I haven't posted a video in a while, but I want you to listen to this and have an open mind and just know that your life right now is an experience that you're having. Anything that you do, when your tikkun is up or your agreement, you will go to the other side and have a life review. No matter what, it's just what we do. You will go over everything in your life, every detail.
I didn't feel any pain, but I felt the feeling of plummeting in the cold. I didn't feel myself die. After you left the body, what happened? I feel that they pull me up, and when they do, I'm instantly warm. I feel comforted with what feels like a light around me, protecting me, as if I'm in a bubble of this light that is surrounding me and lifting me up. As they lift you up, are you aware of what just happened? Do you have awareness? I feel more awareness than I did in a human body. I know exactly what just happened. However, I feel very sleepy in this bubble of protection. I feel like I'm just being put to sleep and suspended in something far above us. It seems as if I'm there only for a short amount of time. When you're asleep, do you have any awareness or no? Not really. It feels like a very deep process. That's more than the sleep we have here. It's almost like a coma without anything around you or anything to absorb while you're in that state. What happens to you while you're in that state? You're rested in every way possible. Your soul is rested. It's such a deep rest that is meant to rest the soul in order for it afterwards to be able to clearly look at the life it just finished and understand it. The soul needs a moment to clear, to rest, and to just be settled before you begin to go over your previous existence, and before you understand where you are now, and what has happened in that life to your soul. After you rest and clear your soul, what did you notice? It feels like the light just dissipates away from you, and you begin to look around at your surroundings. It is very comfortable. There's a lightness to it and a calmness. I would equate it to watching the sunset, or like being in a room full of clouds. It just feels calm and settling, and it feels like something has ended. But it's good, and it's beautiful. You're not alone there. There's another presence there with you. I've seen this before. It's funny how I'm remembering how I've done this so many times before. This presence has the shape of a body, but it looks as if it's really the universe within this body. It's filled with what looks like galaxies and stars. It has a shape and it moves, but it moves in a fluid motion like water. It's this expressionless void with the shape of a body. It's larger than a human's body, but it just feels like a larger presence than what our bodies are on this planet. Does this presence say anything to you? It doesn't just say anything, but I know why it's there. I know it's there because we're going to view the life that I just lived. From the moment I left this in-between place to when I came back. And we're going to look at it together because we are one in the same. It is a continuation of me that has come back to join me to review this. Tell me more about this part of you. This is the part of me that doesn't go into the earthly body. This is the part of me that remains. And we're going to review my life together. What is the review like?
It's your higher self.
I know I've done this many times before, as I'm doing it again here. These memories are coming back very quickly. You begin to process your life, and from this perspective, it feels as if you aren't as attached to it as you would be when you were alive. You remember everything, though. You remember who you really are and what has happened. And you remember what the goals were that you set up for yourself in that life. In this in-between place, you have a different understanding of yourself and an overwhelming love for yourself. When you look at it from that way, you really love that person that you were. The love is so strong here. The only word we have for that feeling is love. But I know it's more than just our concept of love. It's just so much deeper. This is the same feeling of overwhelming universal love that people feel when they are in a trance or when they have near-death experiences. It's that same feeling, and I feel there should be a better word for it. But that's the closest we have. Is there anything about the review that looks interesting? I knew that this life that I chose to come into in the 1970s may be too early to begin this process and share this information. But I was impatient, and I insisted that this would be the right thing to try out, and that I was ready to try it. And I feel there was a knowingness that there could be a chance that this information would not be ready. I insisted anyway. I tried, and I failed. But there's no failure, really, in any of this. There will just be the next time. Do you plan out the next time? As soon as we're done viewing that life, we begin working on the next. We begin looking at the different scenarios that exist for me to come back and try this again in the next life. What are those scenarios? I'm told that I could come back sooner if I would like, but I choose not to. I choose to float for a few more years. I want to float and see things change first before I come back. I don't want to come back right away. I don't think it's exactly time yet to do so. What did you choose? I see the opportunities for this life I'm in as Jen. This life would work not only with that other lifetime in the 70s, but the lifetime before it as well. This lifetime as Jen links up to people that I would be born to that will settle what looks like karma from other lifetimes. It looks like a perfect scenario for me, and I wait around a few more years in the resting place for this. I wait for this lifetime that I'm in now. They, the helpers on the other side, knew that this perfect life would be coming up, and if I was patient and willing to float for some time, the timing would be right. And when this time was right to share this information, I would come back into a body, into this perfect life from which to share this information. Is this the body that you're in now? This is the current body, yes. What did you choose for this life? To meet with you, to uncover this information, and to share it with as many people as possible.